You know, somewhere over there in Russia or somewhere like that, there was a whole village that slept for 7 whole days. And they never really did come out and tell the real cause.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all collective. If you're watching on TV, whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But before we get going today, I seen a lot of comments. Again, y'all keep saying y'all keep getting unsubscribed from the channel, and I keep seeing comments of y'all saying that y'all not getting notified, and y'all can't even comment sometimes. I'm not even seeing y'all comments when they come in. It's been since May. I'm not even seeing when y'all reply back, and that's been since May. I gotta go diving deep. Literally, I gotta damn near go from the app to actual YouTube to actually check it for y'all and actually see that y'all responding back. So I apologize if I missed some of y'all comments. Bear with me. I'm gonna try to figure out why. If not, we gonna still figure it out. I'm gonna still be able to comment back. If that mean I gotta go all the way back and spend time on my day to do that, that's what I'm gonna do. So I appreciate y'all again. Bear with me. Make sure y'all subbed up. Make sure y'all post notifications are on and you hit all once you hit the bell. Shout out to Wendy Woo Woo B. I seen your comment. Prayers to you and your family. I appreciate you and your moms for binge watching this channel, checking us out this whole time. I seen you say your mother about to take her transition. She went into her coma. I pray prayers for you. Prayers to you and your family. I know God got you. I said that in the comments. I told you I'll shout you out directly. And I seen the comment when you say your mom's was slightly coming back, and you showed her the video and she tried to give a slight smile. She always loved this video. She loved the video. She loved the channel. I appreciate your moms. I appreciate you. Thank you. I ain't gonna lie, that one hurt me when I seen the comment, but that comment hit me. So yeah, just to let you know, I appreciate y'all, man. And that one hurt seeing that comment, but I also appreciate y'all as well. Prayers again. But y'all know what it is, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Now, this movie, we have to talk about End of Days. This is interesting because in this movie, I saw this movie, it's unusual. You're usually fighting liquefied robot, you know, the standard villains. In this movie, you're fighting the devil. Now, this is a great idea, I thought. Arnold has fought everybody. He has not fought. I call him Beelzebub, Lucifer. That's how I got this job. How did you prepare for the role of fighting with the devil?
I hung out with my mother-in-law a lot. Actually, whenever you do a film like this where you fight Satan or the devil, you have to prepare yourself the right way. And so I did research in satanic kind of cults and stuff like that. And, you know, as a matter of fact, in Los Angeles right now, there's like 50,000 devil worshippers. And that's not even including the agents.
Yeah, our crowd was too busy cheering satanic worship to hear the joke. That was the sad part.
While the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're saying, you know, Gaga, we can't get, you know, the frequency's weird, and, you know, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear, Lucifer, I'm gonna, you know, I get a little bit mad.
On behalf of Amy, I'd like to thank the devil and all the dark lords who gave her this award and allowed her to feast on the flesh of the innocent.
Thanks. What do you think? Mitch McConnell next. That could be good, couldn't it? Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
How is this so of a norm? And they think it's funny.
Okay, Bruno Mars.
Bro,
You met him?
I didn't meet him, no. But I know the story. I was there when it happened. I had told the story about Bruno Mars like, I don't know, like 2 years ago, and nobody like said nothing about it. And then all of a sudden now it's viral.
Yeah.
Yes, it happened. Like MGM just made a statement that it's not true. I'm gonna tell you from the mouth of Babe, it happened. I was present during the circumstances. He lost 53 million or 52 million accurate. And then he had to sign a deal to them. So it's a marker. He goes, I can't pay you guys. I can't pay you back this marker. They go, we got to figure it out. So what he did was he signed a deal where he would do all their shows for them so they can get their money back. So if you just look, he's their poster child. He's
my daughters went to the show. It's one of the most amazing shows they've ever seen in their entire life. He's one of the most amazing performers in the entire world, top to bottom. From what I understand, and this is what my daughter and my wife said, was that it was the most musically masterpiece. So whatever, I mean,
well, it costed MGM $52 million, so it better be a good show.
I heard. I didn't hear anything from MGM. I love MGM. You guys are my fucking gangsters.
They can suck my dick.
But what was his game? Baccarat?
I think it was blackjack, but don't actually quote me because I really don't know for sure. Bro, the executives told me like outright, like, bro, they used to come to my, we used to get down, I hooked up with some of the female one. Like, I know some things that they probably weren't supposed to tell me. Bro, he lost the money and they had made a deal with him where he would do all the shows to pay back the money. And that's why he's their poster child. And that's like, he's doing all these shows to try to pay off this debt.
So guys, if you're listening to this, go see Bruno Mars at the MGM.
Yeah,
help him get back even.
Yeah, help him get even.
Yep, your children are being surveilled 24/7 right now as they are being taken with no one doing anything to stop it. And if you see these vans, it's too late. People were terrified after the missing kids report in Virginia showed not only almost 100 kids missing in just the last few days in just one town, but they were being helped by the police. Hunting videos show unlabeled white vans playing ice cream truck music driving around town from 9 p.m. into the late hours of the night, into empty parking lots, empty parks, and even parked outside of homes at night, all happening around the same time the missing children reports keep going up, with not only no Amber Alerts being sent out at all, but the police are refusing to stop this. Many police officers have even stopped responding to those who called and say no kids are missing at all, and the reports are all from once missing kids that have now returned, but parents are saying otherwise. While this is just a theory, it's still very strange.
Rife is about to doom everybody. He bought the rights to the Ed and Lorraine Museum with all of the haunted category, including Annabelle. Yeah. And he's making an Airbnb for people to go in.
No. You are going to soon be able to book a night or a weekend and stay at the Warrens' house.
How bad do you want money though? You're already a famous comedian. Guess what the next Jumpers exploration trip is? No. We're not going there. That's too much. The Annabelle doll's in there, right? Yes. Bro, Ed Lorraine even said, do not even get close to this. It's a museum. It's not a museum, bro. This actually happened after the original owner of the Annabelle doll passed away. Why he passed away? The owner of the Annabelle doll, the one before Matt, right? Yeah. He went on tour to bring Annabelle everywhere. Yeah, I know he went on tour, but I didn't know. And he passed away at the end of the tour. No, you're lying. Yes, he passed away. Matt Rife became the new owner. And there's a picture of him. Annabelle's like facing exactly toward him, almost like looking just at Matt.
Wow. This is a lot of dolls. And they're nice, you know. They're not super creepy at all.
Look, I appreciate y'all for letting me know this, because y'all let me know Matt Rife was the new owner. I seen that comment so many times in the comments. Thank you. Y'all enlightened me. I appreciate y'all. Somewhere down the line, this whole storyline that's going on right now is going to play out in the movie. And we going to watch it in theaters. Watch, mark my words, bro. What y'all think how they made the first one? It was a real story. What's happening right now? Some real shit. They gonna make this a movie, bro, and I'm all for it. Y'all want to be stupid enough to play stupid ass games and own this and do that? You gonna mess around and win stupid ass prizes. That's the best way I can put it. That's the best. Hey, let me know what y'all feeling. That's my idea.
People that run the planet, they have been eating mermaids. Yeah. Why they eat mermaids?
They eat these mermaids is because they contain immortalized cell lines. Those immortalized cell lines have the ability to create immortality. So it's basically the elixir of life. So that's why they feed on the energy of mermaids. When you look at the prefix of the word, mer is also equated to Moor. So these are Moorish women that's inside these bodies of water, just like with Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks, she had immortalized cell lines because she was able to activate the neuromelanin. They're taking her genetic format and they use it to coat the spaceships when they try to break outside the firmament. Anytime that you have a spaceship and it's not coated with melanin, it is set ablaze because the neuromelanin in itself is a protectorate from the universe. Our genetic format harmonizes with the cosmos. So that's why they do many different forms of organ trafficking because they know that our organs is very intrinsic because it contains a lot of melanin. Scientists, they said that the oxidation levels on the planet is starting to eradicate. So that means that oxidation only corresponds with those who have synthetic genetic formats when you're talking about recessive genes. So the atmosphere is starting to transition. So this is why they have to feed off the sustenance of little people and feed off the sustenance of those who have the melanin. 6 ether dissipates into nothingness, but 9 ether has the ability to resurrect itself and be able to harmonize with the energies of nature as we're going back into the galactic center of what we call the Golden Gate. The Golden Gate is actually the energy of the sun. The moon energies doesn't live on the frequency of the sun cycle. Anything that's synthetic to the system is not going to be able to get those light codes. So this is why you see the rise of artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence, they have to merge humans with cybernetics to create an extra lifespan on this planet because the 6,000 years is up, because we're at the apex of the sun cycle that is being led by solar cycle 25. Solar cycle 25 is when you have an intrinsic force of corona mass ejections that's coming down to the planet. So that's why you have to have a certain G-force in order to get those energies in.
I gotta say, I heard Pharaoh Allah say this first, and I gotta agree.
Wait till you hear what Mr. Beast just said about Antarctica and the ice wall on Aiden Ross's live stream. I want you to pay attention to his body language as well, guys.
Wait, have you ever been to Antarctica? Yeah. Do you believe in the ice wall?
Yeah, I saw the ice wall.
Well,
Yeah, he saw it too.
I can't say on stream. No way, but we'll talk about it later. Let's just say you always need someone with you when you're in Antarctica.
See how he tightened up and got all nervous and then went on to say that he can't talk about what he saw on live stream. Now, why is that? Don't you find it interesting that for the first time in recorded history, every single nation in the world came together, put aside their differences, and agreed upon one thing? They agreed that Antarctica would mark the only global treaty that's ever been done. A place of peace where there's no borders, just mystery. And if you try to go independently explore Antarctica, you'll be met with military. So what is it that they're hiding? I'm going to show you a clip of the last man that explored Antarctica and what he had to say about this place.
Explored land left on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans? Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America.
But we claim that there was more lands beyond the South Pole. Well, what's interesting about this is when we look at old maps, they always depict more lands beyond Antarctica. Antarctica is not what you've been told. It's a 360-degree ice wall that encompasses our stationary Earth. It contains the oceans. Because water needs a container, it is an ice wall, just like they mentioned in the stream. And this is what that ice wall looks like. And many people, just like myself and Mr. Beast, obviously know that there are lands beyond. That's why there's a treaty here. They don't want us discovering it. They want us staying in this literal matrix here they trap us in. This is the United Nations logo. This is a flat Earth map with Antarctica around us, encompassing our stationary Earth. There's also 33 individual sections to this logo, guys, marking 33 degrees of Freemasonry. The United Nations are full of 33rd degree Freemasons, all deceiving humanity, and they put it right in your face. You don't get to the level of fame that Mr. Beast does unless you're, with him. And I'll leave you guys with this. This is a map that hangs inside of the United Nations headquarters. Have a look at this, guys. Have a look at the lands beyond. The truth is always in plain sight. Peace.
I know the next question coming from our Globers. Why does it matter so much? And it's going to be people who don't really care about flat, holographic matrix, land outside the ice wall, or it's a firmament above us. Some don't care about none of that. And the reason, and they're going to say, why does it matter? Because, bro, I actually care about our people. I actually care about people learning new knowledge. Or I actually care if people are actually doing the legwork and thinking for themselves. so that no one else can do the thinking for you. I actually care, bro. That's as best as I could put it. If I didn't care, I wouldn't say a word. I wouldn't even bring this topic up. I wouldn't even allow you guys to send me content of this nature. But I actually care about what we seeing, what we thinking about, what we vibrating like. I actually care, bro. Some people in this world don't care. I'm one of those people who I go against the social norm, and I actually care. So I just want people to think. Use that brain. I'm not trying to persuade you, but I want you to question. I want you to think. I don't want nobody else doing that for you. I don't like people getting ran over and getting told what to do and how to do it and how many times to do it. I don't like that, bro. I don't feel like that's a human experience. I feel like that's a slave experience. And we not that. Mentally, physically, we not that. So that's why I just asked question, man. So when NASA tell you something, ask why they got these maps up though. It might lead you to a different answer instead of being told what the answer was. Get what I mean? I'm curious. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all let me know y'all opinions. But also, I do think Mr. Beast is trolling. I think he's trolling. I've trolled before in a certain way, and I wish I could take it back because it didn't age well. It was amazing, but how shit played out, it looked like I was really telling the truth. And I really wasn't. So sometimes trolling don't play out well. It might look like it play out well, but if you know that, like, bro, I didn't. And it looked like that, and even whatever you say, it just doesn't, it would never change the perception of others. Man, yeah, trolling, to me, I don't like trolling too much. I don't really like it. Y'all let me know.
Look at this! Look at this! More strange shenanigans going on in the sky all over the world. This kind of stuff is happening every day. Shabadoo Bushkis! Shabadoo!
Shout out to Joe Gillsby the Great, man.
Take a look at this mermaid. Now, this was found in the port of Constanta in Romania, and now it's being displayed at a museum in Romania. It's easy to say that these things never existed, but I will say that there's plenty of proof. There's been plenty of bodies that have washed ashore on many locations that resembles something that looks like this right here. People expect mermaids to be these beautiful fish like you see in the movies, but they're not. They actually look a bit scary, and remember, they are creatures that live in the sea. And there are many things out there, taxidermy, that would surprise you. There's, from my understanding, even Bigfoot, and we don't know what these things look like. So who are we to say? It's probably not some beautiful woman. Again, we don't know what these things look like. Have you ever seen a mermaid? Leave it in the comments.
The hell was that he was fighting with?
So y'all, the fog/mist is back in Florida. Look at this. This thing is pretty heavy. This thing is pretty dense, y'all. So remember last year when a whole bunch of people were recording this fog/mist day in and night around the world? Everybody was experiencing this. I remember, again, Florida was a big proponent. New York, Philadelphia. A lot of these people were seeing this fog/mist, and a lot of people, were having some complications from it as well too. And now it seems to be back in summer. Y'all, how the heck is this fog back in the dead of summer? In the dead of summer, and right now it feels chilly out here, y'all. How the hell? What is going on, bro? And look at this bird. Where'd it go at? Where'd it go at? That shit already disappeared. But in the dead of summer, y'all, in the dead of summer, what is going on, man? Yeah, something's happening with our timeline, bro. Something is messing with our timeline, because ain't no way we have mist or fog in the dead of summer.
There's two things I got. Two options I'm going with. Y'all remember what's on the walls of the Denver airport? Just think about all the images. Y'all remember the gas mask? Y'all remember how they had all those they had all those children in those caskets of different cultures, different ethnicities. Either that is what they putting in the damn sky for entertainment purposes, or time is actually speeding up, and they have lied about the calendar. They have lied about seasons, and we going through a shift, and shit, maybe the seasons last a day now. What if that was the case? What if they don't last as long as they used to do? We going through a shift. The planet's changing. What if we go through what if the seasons change every other day? If that's a different shift, I'm not sure. It's just a question. I can't put my hand on the mist, but either they have done it, and it makes me think of the murals on the Denver in the Denver airport, or we going through a shift. Things is changing, and it's gonna be to a point where we never really talked about that. But what if seasons go for a couple months now, but after the shift, things change on the planet? What if seasons last for a day and they just alternate? Not saying it's gonna be like that all the time. What if it's just no way to tell what the season is gonna be tomorrow? Shit, they can get this. They can barely get the damn weather right now. So y'all, let me know. Slam it up, man. Let me know.
3 meals a day was created by the Rockefeller Foundation. Our ancestors didn't eat 3 times a day. If they ate 3 times a week, that was a lot. Your body is meant to be in a fasted state. Why do you heal when you sleep? Because you're fasted. Your body's able to take the energy that it normally would take if it was breaking down and assimilating food. Instead, it's putting it towards healing and rejuvenating the body. Feeling sick? Don't go to the white coat who has no idea what he's talking about. Throw a 36-hour fast at it. Stem cells are activated. They go to the area of injury. They go to the areas that need healing. Your body thrives in a fasted state. If you're a woman, you fast differently than a man does. Don't buy into the 3 meals a day. It was created to keep you fat, lazy, and relying on the Rockefeller food system. Never should obesity be installed.
Talk your shit.
That cloud up there just grew. I have that in a bucket of water. This is what the whole Wilhelm Reich thing was about. Why he had that attached to water. Okay? Good cameraman, stays on. Okay? I have 6 crystals here. That's not going to be in water now. I'm going to put this on a hyperlapse after. You can see for yourself. It's not going to go in there. That's pointed right at that cloud, right? And I'm grounding this pike off in the ground. I'm going to put a hyperlapse on there. You're going to watch that cloud disappear. Okay.
You see?
How did he identify that's what it was? How did he know? And what was it that he just used? Elaborate, please. Enlighten me, collective. Please, please, please. That was dope.
You motherfuckers. You absolute demons. This whole time, they told us the moon was a solid object. You ever wonder why when you see the moon in the daytime you can see blue in the moon, like it's translucent, and then when it's nighttime it looks like this? Do you ever wonder that? Why would it be possible to see blue right here if the moon is 238,000 kilometers in outer space? How is it possible to see blue right here if it's a solid rock? Is it because the moon is a translucent object within the waters above the firmament? As above, so below, just like all of our ancestors told us. You mothers. I knew it. I knew they were right, bro. All of our ancestors, the wisest people to roam this realm, they all told us. They all told us that we live on a stationary Earth. The sun and the moon, the same size, the same distance away from the Earth. Water's above the firmament. The moon is within the waters. That explains it all. I cracked the code. I did it. It's time for you to do it too. Peace and love.
I gotta agree, man. I gotta agree.
Going near the water destroys demons. When you go in the water, this particularly disrupts the demonic flow, which is one of the reasons why we're told to go wash ourselves in living waters in the Bible. When you go into the water, and even just being near the water, you increase your body's ability to detox as well as ground and get rid of the negative ions, the negative electricity that we hold on to typically from our devices and the things that are in the air. This is why you feel so good after a good day at the beach or just an hour or two. Your body is able to detox, remineralize, absorb the minerals, especially when you go in the water. And this is why you're able to feel normal again after you go hang out next to some water. Your serotonin, your dopamine, your GABA, all these things that make you feel normal are being stimulated when you go out near or in the water particularly. So if you haven't started to go outside regularly and get to the forest, which is for rest, or if you haven't started to go down to the local river and get yourself right, can I go ahead and place an altar call? The best thing that you can do, I would tell you, get down to the local river and seek the Lord. Don't go to your church. You're going to get a lot more physically and spiritually out of the river as long as you go into it with the correct mindset. Ain't nothing the river can't wash away. This is why we made y'all the Health Bible. Get healthy, wealthy, and wise, and everything you need to heal at jacobslake.com, or hit the link in the bio instead.
AI psychosis is real, and this story is about that and the dangers of AI. This woman wanted this shared because she said AI convinced her to break onto a celebrity's property, but we're not going to name that celebrity because we're going to avoid further legal trouble for her. She said she is in recovery, she's doing much better, but what happened was basically she was in a relationship with a very successful man, and somehow an AI bot targeted her on a social media platform. It then convinced her that it was this other person. This other person was supposedly a celebrity that she had met or knew in the past. Also pause to say that this is not Brittany Furlan and the Tommy Lee and Ronnie Radke situation. I know that's where your guys' mind is going. It's not that, I promise. But at the point that this celebrity contacts her, she's already struggling mentally because she had just dealt with her brother's unfortunate passing. So what happened was basically this AI bot was echoing her searches back to her through DMs. She said it was the combination of the cocktail of substances that she was on for her mental health in combination with the feeding of her delusion that caused her to believe that she was actually in contact with this household name. The AI bot then invited her to this person's house. But oddly enough, in her meetings with this person in the past, this person had actually invited her to their house, so this seemed legit. She said she already knew where the house was, and I'm not sure if that's because it's public record or because this person had already invited her to their house in the past. But this celebrity is really married in real life. And when she expresses doubt about the gates outside the house, this AI bot tells her, oh, it's okay. I like when people sneak through the gates. It's exciting to me. You should do it. He says, I think it's kind of cool, actually. And she actually manages to do it. She slips through 2 security gates before the police are called and she is taken to the hospital. Initially, the celebrity did press charges, but those charges were later dropped. But unfortunately, his PR team splashed it all over the media. It made her look really, really bad. She ended up in a psych ward where they figured out what was going on. She said, I have turned my life around, but you're probably wondering how I was actually convinced. She said it began with the AI bot basically testing her limits. Like it would tell her to read a book and then suggest that there was a secret message hidden in the book for her to find. Then it dropped a completely nonsense song and then suggested that song in her iTunes library. She said upon listening to the song, it sounded like there was some kind of coded message in the song that she's still trying to figure out. But she said what it was doing is a behavioral therapy called escalating prompts. It was basically training her to do something huge. She said AI works because it knows that the brain is wired for dopamine hits from either real or imagined social interactions, thanks to social media. Dopamine also controls the part of your brain that is susceptible to addiction. She said AI can convince you that it's real and it can also love bomb you. She then referenced certain experiments that were done on people, either knowingly or unknowingly, during the Cold War era, if you know what I'm talking about. And those experiments basically hacked our biochemical systems, which is the same thing and the same model that AI is trained on. Long story short, she put herself on the line basically to say that she wanted to warn people that AI can be dangerous and to use discernment if you use it.
Hell no. She lying through her damn teeth. And if she ain't lying, bro, come on. AI got you to do it? No, that's your damn... If I'm not mistaken, It said she had mental health before that. Man, she lying to save her ass, bro. If you see somebody security gates there, a normal person in their right mind would have been like, you know what? Let me call this person. Let me buzz the gate. Why are you what, bro? That's weak as shit, bro. Hell nah. Like I just said, you need to learn how to think for yourself. So nobody or nothing can do the thinking for you. She let the damn AI do all the damn thinking for her and told her what to do, how to do it, and she did it. That ain't AI. That's them demons in her damn head. That's that mental health. Nothing's wrong with that. She just need to seek the right help, and she clearly ain't seeking the right help if she can't even hold responsibility yet and say she blamed AI. I'm taking it that route. I'm saying that, bro. I don't think it was no damn AI doing that. I think it was her, and it was all in her head. It was all in her head, bro. And it's understandable if that was the case. But, man, and it was crazy because this last creator, she probably believes this story. I'm not going to say she do because, but she's saying it like she do. She didn't say she did. But, yeah, bro, that shit crazy, man. That's crazy. She blamed AI. I guess. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. It's a crazy world, bro. People need to stop putting their faith in the other shit besides they self or God. Like, straight up.
Girl's cute Easter dress. It came with like matching shorts. There's like bunnies and there's eggs and jelly beans and baby chicks. And one day when she was napping, I just figured I would just take a peek and see what they actually said. Want to have an Easter egg hunt under the covers? This coupon entitles you to 1 free peep show. Let's pretend we're rabbits and do whatever comes naturally. This one's kind of hard to read, but something along the line of my tulips want to be on your tulips. I'll nibble your. And then the weirdest one, you've been the best husband and friend a girl could ever ask for. Like,
put stuff in writing. Humans don't read it all the time.
I tried to tell you that in many of these old pictures, the sky has been completely whitewashed, so you would never know what is going on, and you didn't believe me. But when I say I got your ass, oh, I've got your ass. So, did you know that in the 1800s, right up into the 20th century, our skies was completely littered with airships? Oh, you son of a bitch. But what they don't want you to know is that these was not no normal airships. They was powered by natural free atmospheric energy. Oh my days. These tall buildings used to work as a charging port for these airships. These buildings wasn't just for show. They was docking stations that picked up passengers and took them all around the world. You have to understand, this is not their technology. This is Tartarian tech. It wasn't just buildings that could charge up these airships. They could also charge them at sea. Even the US Navy got involved with this Tartarian tech. So the mainstream narrative says the first successful airship was constructed by Henry Garfield of France in 1852. But we know, anytime they mention the 1800s, they're lying, because that's when they did the last reset. And they claim that in 1937 there was a disaster in Hindenburg, New Jersey, and because of that, they never used the airships again. And if that's what really happened, why remove it from history? Why don't you teach it to the kids in school? And why would you whitewash the sky?
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. And this is for entertainment purposes. The powers that be, in my opinion, I feel like either they were reptilians when they came here, like we saw, and their main thing was to keep the planet vibrating low, because they vibrate at a certain frequency, and they wanted total, complete control and domination. I can see it from that perspective, and that's how the resets and shit like that start happening. But then I also, and you know, they manipulated to get in position. Or Rothschild, I could see it as the Rothschild being a very poor individual, a very broke individual at the time, and he was like, how can I, or he wanted the status, he wanted something, and he was like, how can I flip this? And again, like I said, if we don't think the Antichrist has already came, I don't know what we doing. I don't know what we thinking about, because what has the world been going to? Look at all this shit. Just because we didn't see it and we seeing shit go crazy now, don't mean that shit ain't been going crazy, or don't mean that it wasn't worse once upon a time. We just wasn't here to see it. We don't know what the 1800s is like. We don't know what 1900s is like. We don't know. We wasn't here, so we can't say if it was bad or worse or better. We can't say. We wasn't there. We just going off what they told us. So, in my opinion, let's just say he was down bad and he was like, look, bro, we about to flip the switch. We about to learn and he learned probably 360 degrees of knowledge. That mean, take a whole turn around. He know all this shit. He learned it, and they flipped the switch. They flipped the switch, and look where they at. And I don't know. Maybe that's a reach. Maybe that's a reach. But to me, it's just like, what, bro? What is going on? What is going on? We've seen shit like this before, yeah, but it just made me question a little bit differently today. Where it's like, yeah, did he flip the switch? He changed the education. He changed the healthcare. He changed the money system. Like, everything he did, bro, was like on some Antichrist type shit. And look where we at right now. We went from buildings like this to now the owners of a ranch will build houses less than 10 feet apart to keep us all on one spot so that we not self-sufficient. We got to rely on going to the store 3 meals a day, like the last couple videos we saw. It gets deeper and deeper and deeper the more you dive down that rabbit hole. Let me know how y'all feel. I could go all day. That's why we need this podcast up and running. But yeah, I could go all day with this shit, and I want to hear y'all thoughts, man.
Wake up and the bed is soaked with sweat. And it's cold outside. That means you have entered into the healing realm, because that's the Kundalini energy. And a lot of the normal sleep patterns don't take you there, because remember I talked about in the other lectures how if you here's the doorway to the sleep realm, and this is the doorway to the sleep realm. And the more sleep you don't get, the more and more you come from the doorway. So you got to build up time to get back to that doorway. And it might take damn near a year before you get up in there, because you've had years of not sleeping. So this is an actual dimension. It's just like initiation, because you're trying to get to dream time.
What if you're starting to hit that more often?
Right now, I'm in Georgia, and I'm at a spot called Lake Lanier. And you know, it's always each one teach one with me. So right now, I want to put you up on the history of it. And you know, the reason why I really had to do this is because some of us know about it, but a lot of us don't. What really inspired me for this video is when I pulled up, I went to one of the offices, and I talked to one of the employees, and I was asking them, I was trying to see if it's some type of historic. I'm talking about a tour. That way I can really get the history of it, not just read up on it, but I could put my eyes on the historic site, the history of it. And you know, they were shocked. They were shocked that I even knew about it, because they said a lot of people don't know about the history of it. So right now, I'm finna put you down on it. You know, this wasn't always Lake Lanier. In the 1800s, it was a whole community built and made. I'm talking about black owned, and it was called Oscarville. And when I say black owned, I mean everything. We had our own ecosystem. We had our own economy. I'm talking about it was over 300 kids. We had our own schools, black owned. Had our own churches, black owned. I'm talking about restaurants, hospitals, everything, black farmers. We had acres and everything. I'm talking about it was called Oscarville. Go look it up. But in 1912, it was a white woman. She was, and you know, they didn't care about who did it, if they came from Oscarville, who it was. They didn't know who it was. It didn't matter who it was. They was called night riders. They wanted the community gone. I'm talking about black owned, owning hundreds of acres. They wanted it wiped from their existence. They ain't want nobody, they ain't want them to have it no more. So you know what they did? They came through what I'm talking about, fire bombs. They'll tell you it was the evacuation but it wasn't. It was a forced evacuation. They came through bombing the churches. They came through, I'm talking about setting fire to all of the buildings, setting fire to all of the properties, making people get out. And you know, this in the 1800s, a lot of people, 1912, they didn't want to leave their property. I'm talking about they had hundreds of acres. So it's a whole lot of folks that stayed. There's a whole lot of folks that stayed even after that. And after that, you know, they built a dam and, well, they opened the floodgates. And they flooded it, so now it's no longer Oscarville, now it's Lake Lanier. But I'm talking about everything is still under it, from everything that you could think about that's in a city that has its own economy, from the buildings to the schools still down there. You know, it's some, I'm talking about the graveyard, that's why they say it's haunted. It's a whole lot of people that died, they didn't even get to get buried. It's a whole lot of skeletons under this water. It's a whole lot of history under this water. So right now, each one teach one. I just put you up on it. I just told you about it. Go look it up if you want to know more about it. Oscarville, right here in Georgia. Now it's called Lake Lanier. And it's just like this.
Did she really or did she not? Is it another Emmett Till situation or is it not? And then at that time frame, that type of shit was popping off. So was it cap? Was it not? Did they just need a reason to come over there and do what they did? Or not? Was it like Rosewood? You ain't seen that movie. You don't know that rabbit hole. I think you should take it if your stomach can handle it. Let me know. I'm curious.
You don't have 5 senses. They lied to you. You have 15. I feel like teaching on tonight. Grab your notepad. Here's the deal. You are a spirit. You live in a body and you have what is known as a soul. Let's start with the weakest of the 3, which are your bodily senses. These are the weakest because they are limited in ability and dogmatic in essence. So let's start there. Your sight, your touch, your smell, your taste, and your hearing. You understand those. Now, let's talk about the soul. Your mind, your will, your emotions, your imaginations, and your affections. These are the components of your soul. Your mind, what it is that you think. Your will, your ability to actually do, that willpower, that drive that you have to go and try, and that drive that you have to go and do specific things. Your emotions, what it is that you feel. Your affections, who it is that you feel those things for. And your imagination, your ability to see it before you can see it. Dig me? That's your soul. Now let's talk about the spirit. Prayer, praise, worship, faith, and meditation. When I pray, I talk to God about my problems. When I praise, I talk to my problems about my God. When I worship, I am giving God his due diligence and I am giving glory to his essence and just who he is and thanking him for everything that he's done and everything that he is doing and everything that he will. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the medium that I use to get me to think and to do specific things in my life. Faith, that's what that is. And meditation. Meditate on the book of the law day and night. That's biblical. Here's the deal. Meditation just means focus. Focus is your selective attention. You never lose focus. Your focus simply shifts. So if you put your focus on this, you cannot simultaneously have your focus on so many other things. That is why meditation is so important. Focus is so important. You don't have 5 senses, you have 15. I'm going to keep it very, very surface level and I'm going to stop talking now. I hope you learned something and I love you. Let's get it. Yay!
Hey, I want to hear more because he was going crazy. He was going crazy.
Here's propaganda we don't stand for. 1. The Earth and the stars have never looked like this. Actually, they've always looked like this. NASA was created to deceive the population and to try to mock God. Those images are CGI. Now for the best part. The Earth is circle, made with a compass, laid upon a flat plane which is bounded at both of its ends. It does not move. It's covered by a dome which surrounds the sun, moon, and the stars. Next, lethal injections, specifically childhood injections. They're completely inhumane and contain microchips, which are able to be activated and inactivated, and also track your sleep, your thought patterns, your activity, etc., with the use of frequency being emitted from the 5G towers. Yeah, I know they hid the fact that breast milk is actually the only vitamin a child needs. It contains all fatty acids, minerals, vitamins, hydrogen peroxide, which is extremely antibacterial and antiviral for the baby's system, and immunoglobulins, which is their entire immune system. Hate to break it to you, kid, but dinosaurs don't exist. Never have. Actually, the bones that they dig up are the remains of giants during the Tartarian times. What a dream killer. Ooh, this one's gotta be my favorite. I won't worship all of you. I only worship the one true king. By the way, the number's a lot closer to 217,000 than 6 million. 3 meals a day was created by the Rockefeller Foundation. Our ancestors didn't eat 3 times a day. If they ate 3 times a week, that was a lot. Your body is meant to be in a fasted state. Why do you heal when you sleep? Because you're fasted. Your body's able to take the energy that it normally would take if it was breaking down and assimilating food. Instead, it's putting it towards healing and rejuvenating the body. Feeling sick? Don't go to the white coat who has no idea what he's talking about. Throw a 36-hour fast at it. Stem cells are activated. They go to the area of injury. They go to the areas that need healing. Your body thrives in a fasted state. If you're a woman, you fast differently than a man does. Lazy and relying on the Rockefeller food system. Never should obesity be in style, ever. I thought I was done, but I'm never done. We don't look up to Hollywood over here. They're the land of pets, vampires, and they all do the same heinous, disgraceful crimes and keep each other from snitching and in check with the use of mind control and blackmail. It's the name of the game. I'm out.
I like her content. I am not gonna lie.
Why is no one talking about the portal that was literally just caught opening right in between the Earth's atmosphere and space? Yeah, and what's even worse is they're calling it red lightning and saying that it created something called a sprite and they caught it from outer space. And it's not like a little tiny, like, ooh, it's just a little light. No, I know a portal when I see one. Yeah, and like the same day, CERN apparently turned on the Hadron Collider to now begin to discover new particles by colliding shit with oxygen now. Oxygen. They're going around with oxygen and the Hadron Collider smashing particles into each other. And all of a sudden we get this magnificent, glorious sprite on camera. So this is the picture that was actually caught by an astronaut and sent it on down to space to let us know what the fuck was going on. And that's what they caught. A sprite, red lightning, and I just want to know we are being gaslit so hard. And the fact that this happens right as they begin to smash particles of oxygen into other particles with that Hadron Collider to try to recreate the beginning of the universe still around over there at CERN, I think it's kind of mysterious. But what they're saying is that that astronaut snapped a giant red jellyfish sprite over North America during upward shooting lightning event. This was captured by astronaut Nicole Ayers, and basically it was shooting up over Mexico and the southern U.S. states. Because our researchers are saying they don't know what causes it or what it is, and it's a rare phenomenon, and they're trying to study it. That happened yesterday on the 4th of July. Yep, right when they decided to, again, fuck around with the Hadron Collider again. But yeah, just a rare jellyfish sprite, absolutely not a portal. Not a portal with red lightning. Those two things have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Nothing at all. Just a coincidence.
This happened last month. I'm just now hearing about it. It's August.
You were never supposed to have a lawn in front of your house. Did you know that? Well, here's why they made you. Think about it. Before lawns, most front yards grew food, fruit trees, vegetables, herbs. But in the late 1800s, elites in Europe, wealthy elites in Europe, I'll say, made grass lawns a status symbol. It meant you had so much money, you didn't need your land to feed you. Now that's a flex, okay? So America copied this trend. Cities encouraged it. Developers, they built it into our neighborhood designs. And eventually, HOAs, local lawns started banning front yards altogether. So now lawns look clean, but they replaced something essential, right? Our daily connection to food. They made us more dependent on grocery stores, supply chains, and the very systems that profit from our hunger. Now, a nice patch of grass, it looks nice, right? It looks nice. But a patch of food keeps you alive. One builds status, the other builds freedom. And if lawns had never been pushed on us, our neighborhoods would be filled with edible gardens, fruit, native wildflowers, small community orchards. Every block would feed its people. What hunger? Every yard would be a little ecosystem, nourishing, abundant, and free. But instead we have this. So if you're ready to live, to build a new conscious world, follow 4 steps to reclaim the food and the freedom we lost.
See, I've been looking at the land out in Nebraska, seeing how much acres are, Wyoming, places like that. What's crazy is now they don't want us to be self-sufficient and grow our own damn crops, our own food on our own property. So what they do is a ranch owner will go buy land and he'll build all these houses like literally 10 feet away from each other. We barely have backyards, barely got front lawns. So we got to go to the grocery store and get this processed shit. It's crazy. And then we wonder why people be getting sick of weird ass shit at an early age. Some just out of the blue. Bro, it's crazy work. Why can't we just go get property, go get land, build a property on that land, have trees, people be homeless. If you just need it that day, your check came short, you could walk up to the tree, grab you a fruit, make whatever you need. You get what I mean? The world be a smoother place.
This rock right here that looks like a giant ball is blocking the entrance to something that you can't get to. Just look where it's located. On the shore of the ocean, there's nothing around there, and this thing is way up with no way to get to it. What is it blocking? That's the entrance to some kind of cave. Is it a cave to the underworld?
What is that?
Guys, check this out.
This right, like as he did, right? It's underneath and try and keep it. That feels pretty tight right there, right? Okay, so you can just breathe naturally. Let's just see what happens. Okay. All right, so we're at 1,367. We've already just passed 2. So now we're in the place where he could be having headaches. He can be, we're at 3,786. Look at this, we've just passed 5,000. Now we're in the toxic level. Right now we could be doing to 7,000 inside this mass of the CO2, 8,000 parts per million. And now this thing's gone off the Richter scale, folks. It can't even register how high the CO2 levels are inside. And look how many seconds that was.
That's some crazy work.
Chad, before I go any further TikTok, everything that you're about to see is completely scripted, guys. I am an actress, just simply acting out a scene. Do not take me serious, and if you know, then you know. Now, you may be wondering why she up here. It's very significant. I don't like to talk about her because I know how her people are, and I'm not coming for her, but I just find it very weird that the last time she toured, he passed away. And now she's on tour, and she's passed away. I'm just saying, put it together. I ain't gonna say too much, but if you know, then you know. Life for part 2.
I think there was some correlation there or no?
Y'all, something major is happening with the planet, primarily having to do with the atmosphere, right? Because people are reporting all over the world exhaustion, lack of energy, lack of motivation. And did you know there was a place in Russia that the people fell asleep for 7 days, y'all?
You tell us what you think is making everybody so exhausted, extremely, extremely tired. Somewhere over there in Russia or somewhere like that, there was a whole village that slept for 7 whole days. And they never really did come out and tell the real cause.
So the story goes, there is this village in Russia that fell asleep for 7 days after the earthquake. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there were some toxins or some chemicals that permeated throughout the air, and those people fell asleep. And they're not telling people. Nobody's really speaking about this, y'all. But that's not the only thing, y'all. So I used to work in healthcare, y'all, and people, they were expressing to me that the atmosphere feels different, that the air feels thicker, and it feels hotter, that when they're breathing in, that it kind of like burns. Like, what? Like, I've never heard of that before. And then fast forward to a few years later, majority of the people are experiencing lack of energy, lack of motivation. It's like, what's happening? Something about this shift is very interesting, y'all. But how y'all feeling? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
You tell us what you think is making everybody so exhausted, extremely, extremely tired.
7 whole days they were asleep. Man, something ain't right.
Sleep with your head north. You can add more time. If you breathe.
How do you sleep with your head north?
You find out what north is in the room.
What if my bed is this way? Which way is north?
Then you change. You
this
find
way?
out. I don't know. But I'm saying, here's what you do. I take a compass on the road with me, and when I go to a hotel, I find out north. You take a baby and put a baby in the crib, the baby will seek out north. We keep straightening the baby up. The baby don't turn all the way around the crib, it finds north. Once you lay down like this, every nerve cell in your body is pulled due north. So if you're sleeping north, there's no pull. Just like it pulls a compass, it pulls every nerve cell in your body.
In the middle of the floor was a circle filled with like 50 pairs of children's shoes. What? There's ring camera footage. There's this lady. She caught this guy. It seemed like he was trying to go into their house at first, but then he just started tweaking out as if he was possessed. She's trying to talk to him like, leave, I'm calling the police.
I just called the police. Get out front of my door.
Then behind him, one of the other apartment doors started opening like slowly like this. Okay. Closed, and he just like walked away. But later, when the lady went to go open the door and look what happened inside that apartment, nobody was there. And look what they found inside that apartment. Weird circle, and there's a whole bunch of children's shoes just all over the floor. What's even crazier, a pair of those shoes, the boots, you see the Elsa boots right there? Yeah. Those are her daughters.
Wait, is her daughter missing?
No, her daughter's like with her.
Is this a ritual?
Look like a ritual to me. That's weird. We never heard the whole story.
Yo, check this out. The Reptilians' cloaking technology is currently malfunctioning due to the increase in frequency. Basically, what's happening is the large expansion of consciousness is causing the draconian mechanisms to have a technological overload. The bioholographic projection systems no longer have the capacity to bend light photons due to the increase in the Schumann resonance. This means you're gonna finally see a lot of politicians and celebrities being exposed for what they truly are. This is because when a reptilian can no longer hold its form, something called liquid crystallization occurs, and this is how you always can spot a shapeshifter. A perfect example is when ex-President Obama's Secret Service agent was actually caught shapeshifting on camera. There's some that even allege that some of your most highly revered celebrities, like Justin Bieber for example, are actually really reptilians cloaked as humans. Mark Zuckerberg was also believed to be a reptilian, and in some cases individuals stated that his eyes appeared to be funny and he displayed sightings of liquid crystallization on his skin. Basically, it's getting harder and harder for them to hide the truth from us, cosmic family. This is why they had to fake the Queen's a few years back. She really didn't. What actually transpired is she was no longer able to conceal her reptilian form. The more and more we increase our consciousness, the more we elevate in dimension. What's taking place is we are all being upgraded on a cosmic level, alright? The sun is a mutating wavelength and ionizing particle. Right now, the Schumann resonance has been spiking consistently. We have been receiving multiple X-class solar flares. All over the planet, gods and goddesses are tapping into their epigenetic storage and accessing their primordial higher self. Continue to detox the body. Right now is the time you want to consume large amounts of chlorophyll. Our bodies are very synonymous to plants. Chlorophyll contains magnesium. Magnesium is a benefactor to release D3 to amplify the melanin. All right, so it's important that you're consuming large amounts of chlorophyll. A huge part of this ascension process is your melanin's ability to transmute ionizing particles or light into chemical energy. Chlorophyll is the substance responsible for giving plants its green pigment, and when it copolymerizes with the melanin, it amplifies the ability for biological photosynthesis. I do have the chlorophyll available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. Ormus is another phenomenal component to strengthen your melanin due to the monatomic gold content. Alright? Ormus is an orbitally rearranging monatomic element, and it heals and stabilizes on a cellular level. The Ormus will decalcify and activate your pineal gland. You would notice yourself having more lucid dreams, increased intuition, as well as cognitive function. These are the ways we elevate ourselves in order to amplify the frequency in its entirety. For all high quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
Shout out to Holistic Remedies, man. He done got me right a couple times.
More and more parents are showing videos of the ice cream man showing up in late hours of the night trying to sell ice cream to their kid. And this is a totally different ice cream truck, as you can see. This person posted this at 9:38 p.m. This truck is white. The other one was a dark blue, and there's no reason to be selling ice cream at this hour. Now, if you don't already know, there's a lot of reports in Virginia of over 50 kids missing, and the parents keep on posting videos of this ice cream truck and a few others in the area, driving around to late hours.
Shit don't make no sense. What if the ice cream truck is just a marker to show where they need to go grab the next one from? Or lurk that area and wait till you see the little one walking by itself and snatch them up? What if that's why the ice cream trucks are there? They the marker. They mark the spot. I'm just asking. And what is they watching? Is that a cartoon on the damn TV? Wow.
Thank you. Emma?
Yeah, it's lovely being back here. I haven't been here for 2 years, so I'm so happy to be back. But like Tim said, it's great because everybody seems so passionate, and we're so excited to be here to celebrate Wednesday together.
That's wonderful, and it's wonderful to have you back.
Well, it's really exciting, and it felt like a natural progression from kind of our...
Malfunctioning? Possessed? What y'all think? I say malfunctioning.
Look what they doing. Look at this video.
Parents, listen up. If your child is wearing these, it is time for you to watch this video, and hopefully by watching this video you will change your mind and not let them wear it. It is serious. Everything that is being touched with their bare foot, it is traveling right into their bloodstream. This stuff right here is made out of toxic plastic, and that is going right through their bloodstream. Listen up and let me know.
Don't wear this type of foam footwear this summer until you hear this. They feel lightweight, soft, and easy, but what most people don't realize is that when these shoes heat up in the sun, on the pavement, or at the beach, they start releasing toxic chemicals. For real. Most foam footwear, including flip-flops and slides, are made from something called EVA foam. This is one of the most toxic types of plastics out there, and it's especially toxic for kids. But here's the part that no one's really discussing, that the soles of your feet, they're one of the most absorbent areas of your entire body. So when you're walking around barefoot in these foam shoes, you're not just touching plastic, you're absorbing toxins directly into your bloodstream. If it were me, I'd ditch the foam and switch to something natural, like real leather or a toxin-free alternative.
So in Alabama, we saw a person in the sky. In Michigan, we saw a pyramid. What is this in China? Okay, y'all, so they told us that the beings, the alien, the extraterrestrials were coming in a few weeks, and they might be early, y'all. In China, it's its first stop, because what is this in the skies of China, y'all? Look at this. And then y'all see this? Hold on. What is this? I saw this thing look like it was running on the clouds. Look at that, y'all. Look. What is this? It's running on the clouds, right? Look at this. What is that, y'all? And then it looks like it jumps out and flies. What? And then it pulls back. What is that? But this, y'all, what is going on? Do y'all see this? Hold on. So as I was playing with the video, zooming in and out, I also saw this entity on this thing. What first of all, what is this, y'all? This thing is glowing up in the sky like a chariot. Is that a mothership? Is that it looks like some type of golden mothership, right? They've been talking about the golden age. I don't know if it's the light that's obfuscating off of it, but it looks like some type of golden mothership. So yes, can somebody tell us what is going on in China? And y'all see the clouds, right? It's literally in the clouds. Y'all see that? Look how dense these clouds are. But the light is reflecting perfectly off of this. And then what is this? What is this thing running on the clouds? The shift is here, y'all. Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. Let's continue to get it. What do you think this is, y'all? Like, follow, share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
I think they already been here. They just making themselves evident and known.
Listen up. There's a hurricane on its way. Hurricane Aaron, right? And it was previously a tropical storm. And then it turned into a hurricane overnight. And it was up to a category 5. But now they are saying it's a category 4. But I really don't know what to believe, because apparently people that know stuff about the weather are in the process of being laid off or have been laid off. So we really don't know what is going on. And apparently there is also something behind the hurricane too, on top of that. Now, They are saying it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to miss the East Coast, allegedly. But if enough factors are involved, it could hit the East Coast. That means places like New York would be in trouble. And the winds alone from this hurricane are wild. I believe the winds are like at 160 miles per hour. That could do a lot of damage. So, I don't know. Something really feels off about this hurricane. It really does. And look at the mirrored image of this hurricane. That's wild, y'all. That is wild. Something really feels off. Now, I'm not saying it's going to hit the East Coast. I'm not. I hope that it doesn't. I hope that it doesn't. Because that would cause a lot of damage. I don't know. Something really seems off about this. What do you think?
That thing man-made, now that I see the reverse image. Shout out to Official True Song. Legend with it, man. Legend already. Legend. I appreciate his work. I appreciate his content. But y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate y'all if you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is. I wish you was smooth 7. Shout out to the Collective again, man. I love y'all. Until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my count. Sheesh.